Stanley Tucci's Inside Man, one of his best TV shows, has managed to go undetected. While audiences might recognize Tucci as being a part of the Hunger Games cast, where he plays the charismatic master of ceremonies, Caesar Flickerman, Stanley's role in Inside Man that is a true testament to the incredible actor he is. Created by Stephen Moffat, Inside Man stars Stanley Tucci as Jefferson Grief, a criminologist and convicted murderer on death row. Because of the nature of his work before he was arrested for killing his wife, Grief is still consulted on interesting cases. Tucci's Grief is a Sherlock Holmes-esque character whose brilliant mind seems to miss nothing, despite being convicted of a horrible crime. It's easy to forget that Tucci's character is actually a villain. This, in part, is due to his philosophical viewpoints on good and evil, and his determination to only work on cases that have moral worth, which shows that he is an incredibly wise man whose decisions have led him to see a different side of himself. 16 years before he took on the role of Jefferson Grief, Stanley Tucci was brilliant as the antagonist, George Harvey, in The Lovely Bones. However, it's Inside Man that truly proves that Tucci, while great at comedic roles, should play more villains. Tucci is a joy to watch as Grief because he understood what made his character tick. Grief is a multi-layered protagonist who is assured of who he is because he committed one of the worst crimes against another person. Instead of letting that derail him, he accepts the disturbing parts of himself with a calmness that could at times be chilling, particularly because of how detached he could be when talking about his brutally murdered wife. With a 67% Rotten Tomatoes score, Inside Man is probably one of the most underrated shows on Netflix, and it's a shame because it has several highlights that set it apart from other series in the genre. There's no doubt that if the series had a higher rating on Rotten Tomatoes, then it would have gotten the recognition it rightfully deserves. Inside Man is a nuanced and sometimes unnerving series that dissects morals and what people are capable of when they find themselves in a corner. The thriller truly delves into the human psyche and asks the question of what one would do when a bad day leads to an even worse decision. Inside Man is by no means preachy, nor does it feature an overly complicated premise. Instead, one of the best British shows on Netflix builds tension with a simple story that shows that there is a thin line between good and bad. The show offers a handful of mysteries that will keep viewers engaged, but it's Inside Man's commentary on human psychology that makes it a masterpiece.